everyone, it's Saturday, so that means Craft Roulette was on last night, and it was episode 171. Now the parameters were 2 folds, had to be planter colors, has to have a happy face, and it has to have an old product. Well, we all have old products. So I pulled out some things and I got some things started, but I haven't made the card yet. Normally I will make a card and then make a video remaking a second one, but this time you're going to follow me along the first time around. So let me get this camera turned around and we will make this card. All right, so let's pull in what I have looked at. So it's going to be a 5x7 card, and I'm going to put it in landscape. So I have this bright yellow paper I'm going to use for a mat, which is 6 7/8 and 4 7/8. And that is going to go on here. I have a white paper, which I'm going to color. And what I'm going to color is, I did 2 already, but I have a third one I still need to do. So I have these flowers. I am going to make a little planter out of a folded piece of paper. And I have 2. I need to make a third one. So I'll show you how I did it. And then I have a sun with a bright yellow smiley face. And I have this sentiment which says, sending you sunshine and happy thoughts. I'm going to put that over here. All right, so that's what I have. That's where I think I'm going with this. All right, so the first thing I want to do is make the third planter. So the planter is 1 inch by 1 3/4 is what I started with. And then I took my scoreboard and I scored it. I'm just going to hold it over here. It's a little bit easier to score it because I'm scoring such small increments. I scored it at 1/4 inch. So a quarter, a half, and 3/4 down the paper. And this paper is old. This paper, I think I may have moved with me the last time I moved. So it's old. And so is that sun. This sun is also pretty old. I want to say this sun is probably 5 years old, but I think the paper's older. So I just took where I scored it at the quarter, half, and 3/4. I folded it down, mountain fold, valley, and then tucked the last one over the top. And you could leave it like that, but I'm going to trim the edges. So I'm going to unfold it, and I'm just going to come in just at a little bit of an angle and snip it to that first fold line. I'm going to fold it, turn it over, so I'm cutting it the same way and that way. And I think that will make a planter. All right, so I have, there's 2 folds on each one, but I have got 3. So we have folds. And these are going to go in here. And I need a third flower. So let me stamp and color a third flower. So the stamp that's here is from Pink and Maine. And this set is called Pocket of Sunshine. It's really cute. It kind of has this little pocket here and then all these things you could put in the pocket. But I'm just going to use the flowers. So I already have the flower here. Let me grab my ink. I'll be using my Gina K ink that I always use when I color. And we will stamp that. There we go. Take this off. All right, now here's my die. Now Pink and Maine is pretty easy to line up. So I'm going to take these 3 little pieces here of the flower, the 3 little circles, and I'm going to put those where they belong. And then I'm going to look around the rest of it and make sure I can see just a little bit of the white around. And that looks good. Take that down. I'm going to run it through my machine. All right, so there we go. this away. All right, so now I need to color this in. Now the first two I did not color the same, but I used the same colors. So I have a BG13, I have a yellow 02, I have R22, and I used BG15, that was the other color there, and oh, the purple, Violet 05. This is what I'm going to use to color it, the flowers anyway. So let's see, so I have a purple, purple, I guess I'll make this flower purple this time. And I'm going to use Violet 09 on the outside of this. I think I'm just going to make the center darker. So these are kind of whimsical flowers. They're not really realistic flowers. So let's see. So that one was green. That was green. So I guess I'll make this one green. Or the turquoise. And let's see. I haven't used... You know what, I'm going to use this that I picked up here was BG15. So I'm going to go back and use BG13. I don't think that's going to make it any darker. Well, we're going to have dark flower there. All right, so now I have yellow 02, which I'll make this flower. I'll grab the other end. All right, so that leaves R22 for this flower. All right, so the center I made E57. All right, so what I have left is the green. So for the leaf, I'm going to use G94, and for the stems, YG63. All right, now the way this die cut out, there was a lot of white here in the middle. So when I do the background for the card, I'm going to use sea glass and powdered blue. So I'm just going to take a little bit of sea glass here. And I am just going to go around this middle part here. Just to get rid of that white. Now when I put it on there, it'll look a lot better. All right, so the flowers are colored. Now the sun, I am going to use yellow 15 and yellow 38. So I'm going to do this in the lighter color. This color. And the rest of them will be this darker color. All right, there's a little sun. All right, so now let's color the background page. And this once again is 4 3/4 and 6 3/4. A little bigger than what I normally do. So I am going to draw a line on here, but let me take my pots. Let's see. So I'm going to take my black art liner And I'm going to use 0.8. That's generally close to what the line on the stamps is. Alright, so this is going to sit like this. I want my line to be about an inch up. And I'm just going to draw one. Alright, so the top part here, I'm going to start with the sleeve glass. Now out of habit I keep holding that, but with the silicone mat I have, everything pretty much stays. Okay, so now I'm going to fill in with some of the powder blue. I just really like this color combination for sky. Alright, so there's our sky. That will even out as it dries. Now for the bottom, I'm going to use green grass. Now if I didn't want to draw that line there, I could have just taken a piece of paper and used it as a mask. But since it's kind of cartoony and the sun does have a smiley face on it, I decided I would go ahead and make the background more cartoony looking. All right, I think that's probably good. All right, let's put all that to the side. Now let's start gluing all this together. Let's see. Let's decide where I want to stamp the greeting. So let me glue these pots together first. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in here. Spread it around. And then fold them over. Just let that dry. Unfold it. Just put a little glue there. And fold it over. I'll put a little bit on here. Yeah, this paper is old. You know, I'm trying to decide if I bought this to use for certificates when my kids were in Scouts. In which case, this paper is really old because my older son just turned 31. So, if this is the paper I think it is, it's old. Back when my kids were in Scouts, I was actually the summer camp director. That was the best volunteer job I ever did. Actually, the best job ever, regardless I wasn't being paid for it. It was the most fun. All right, so these are going to be on here. The sun will be over here. And this will be over here. So let me get that stamped. That'll be good. Pick that up. That looks good. Let's get things glued down. Let's get this in the middle. Our sun will be over here. Flower, flower, flower. I don't think it really matters what order. Since this one is darker here and here, I'm going to put that one in the middle. Here's our little pots. I think I'm going to put the pots up on foam. I don't think I can make a card and not put something up on foam. But see how this blue blends in now? And that white would have stuck out like a sore thumb if I didn't do that. So let me grab some foam. And I'm just going to use 1/16 foam. I'm just going to use little foam. Ooh, that was close. Let's see what's going on here. Let's get a new piece. Here. Everybody all lined up. That one should be in the middle. You know what? I don't think I'm going to put them in a straight line. Oh, I like that better. All right, so I'm going to stick this one on a little higher. This one on a little lower. And this one will be kind of like that one. There, that's better. It will also give my son a little more room. All right, let's get everybody glued on. I think this white is too stark. So let me grab my yellow blending brush. And I'm just going to go around the outside of this just to kind of tone down that whites a little bit. Yeah, that's better. All right. Now, since the sun is far away, I'm not going to put him on foam. All right. That looks good. Now I'm just going to glue this on here. was a quick check to make sure it was right side up. All right, and I think I'm going to use some glossy accents on the centers of these flowers. I think they just need something. Uh-oh. I think that might be dried up. All right, well, it was definitely not the prescribed use for my quilling tool, but I think we unclogged it. Yep, unclogged. All right. So, let's see. Make sure this is all flat. I think I'm going to put some on here. And when you're using the glossy accents, the secret to not getting air bubbles is to never pick it up. Once you pick it up from a spot, you need to move on to the next one. There, yep, I think that's what it needs. All right, so there it is. Let me get the camera turned around and we will talk about it. All right then, we are all done. Here's our card. And I'm going to lay it down flat again because it's still wet. So we have our folds. I have folds in my planters. We have happy face in the sun. We have planter colors. Yeah, planters can pretty much come in any color. And old product. That sun is in probably 4 years old, but that paper could be 20. I think that's the paper it is. It's kind of funny. It's moved a couple of times. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you again next week for another Craft Roulette. But you'll also see me before then because it's Christmas in July, and I've been making Christmas in July videos. One's coming out every other day. They'll be on the odd days. So if you want to see those, give me a like and subscribe, and you'll get a notification of when they all come out. Until next time, stay crafty.